I'm Shalane, this is Dean, and we are Grassroots Living. Today we're going to take you to Tahquamenon Falls. It rhymes with phenomenon, but it's Tahquamenon, and it's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We've spent the last couple weeks there, so if you haven't seen them, go check out those videos. A couple weeks ago, we took you guys on a cruise, so if you didn't go on that cruise with us, find that video. I'll link it over there so you can go on that cruise with us. There are 5 things you should know before you go to Tahquamenon Falls, and we are going to tell you what those 5 things are. Here we go, starting with cost.
All right, so when we pulled up there, we just pulled up to the gate and noticed that the fee was $9 for anyone that was not a resident of Michigan. Kept looking for something for Michigan residents to get an idea. Later, I went online to find out that, in fact, they don't have a day use for Michigan. Michigan residents can actually pay for an annual one for just $11, and they do that at the time that they get their license plate renewed. Or they could go online and do it, but I think there's like a $5 service charge in addition to the $11. Now that does not include the camping fees. That's a completely separate thing. That's just to get you into the park.
So, not super expensive and totally worth it. The next thing is, how to see the falls. You need to know how you're going to see the falls, because sometimes you don't know, should I pack water shoes or hiking shoes? But Tahquamenon Falls has very nice pathways to it. Some of them are kind of boardwalk style, and some of it's like a wide black top, but it's very accessible to everybody. Nice, wide, clean pathways to actually go down to the falls. There's going to be a ton of steps, and you'll see that in the video. So
if you're an elderly person and you don't want to take 100 steps down and take 100 steps back, don't worry. You're going to be able to just walk a quarter mile down a beautiful, wide blacktop pathway and get some great views.
Also, there are 25 miles of trails in the state park. Number 3, other things to do inside the park. So first of all, I will tell you that there are nice restrooms. These are things you need to know. There's a building there that's a replica of the original logging camp called Camp 33. So both outside and kind of inside that area, you'll have picnic tables. So you can bring your own food and have a picnic, or there's also a restaurant and brewery, which is a tricky word. And when we were there, there was a barbecue food truck. So I don't know if it's always the barbecue food truck that's there or if they rotate it through, I'm not sure. It was fabulous, so good. He didn't eat it, he brought a picnic, but I had to have the barbecue. It smelled so good. Tacos. There was a musician there.
Yeah. Perhaps one of my favorite things about the whole day was the musician was there. Was just a great singer.
He was really good.
Yeah, and he took requests. Now I don't know. Maybe we were just there on a weekend, and it's a special thing they do on weekends. Maybe he's there all the time. I don't know. But
it's just
she went to go do some shopping, and I'm not a shopper. And so I'm like, hey, I'm just going to stay out here and enjoy the concert. And so, there's something for everybody to do there. That's
the little shop that's there is actually quite small, but it's 2-story, and they cram it with a ton of stuff. So it's one of those shops where, for me, I walk in and I go, oh, this is too crammed. And then I'm like, but I want to see all this stuff. Cute little shop, places to eat, places to sit, restrooms, music. So just a really fun little relaxed atmosphere. Number 4.
Oh, let me mention one more thing before we get to 4. There's the upper falls and then the lower falls.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can actually hike from the upper falls all the way down to the lower falls if you wanted to.
Right.
It's about 4 miles, I think. You can actually just get in your car and drive down there if you wanted to. You don't have to see the lower falls.
We drove down.
Yeah, but it is an option. And if you got down there after 4 miles and then it was a hot day and you're like, you know what, I don't want to drive back, there is a shuttle that will take you back to your original location. It's $17 for the first person in your group, and then $3 for each additional person.
See, I would be like, I'm with him.
Yeah.
I would just pick somebody that just paid the $17.
Or if you know about it in
I know that
advance,
guy.
yeah, you could just go, hey, as people are approaching it, say, hey, we're all family.
We're family.
And that way
You're
we can
my
all
brother.
That's
I'm
right.
your sister. We together. Okay. Number 4, things to do outside the park. You're in the UP. I mean, the hiking is insane. The beach is not far. There's a little town close that gets mixed reviews. It's called Paradise. It's got things like a pizza shop and a coffee shop and a fish house, and there's a fish hatchery near there.
It is the closest town, but they consider it the east gateway to the state park.
But it's got a little bakery and a coffee shop. I don't drink coffee, but people drink coffee. And it's not super close, but within an hour and a half, which you might think, why are you even mentioning it? But since we travel a lot, an hour and a half doesn't seem far for us. But we went to the Iroquois Lighthouse and Museum, and that was free, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah. I like free.
I
like
awesome.
free. So that was good. That lighthouse, and it had a little 50s museum, and it was right on the beach. You could see Canada across.
Uh-huh.
So that one was cool. We didn't go to the shipwreck museum that's not far from Tahquamenon Falls, but that's supposed to be pretty cool. That one's a little pricey. That one I think is $20 a person. But I've heard that's pretty cool.
Now, last week we did mention that we'd be taking you into Canada.
Yeah.
There were too many things that we saw that we really just felt like needed to have its own video.
I jumped the gun on that. We're going to Canada next episode. Are we going to Canada next?
Maybe not. Might be a water heater issue that we had come up. I don't know. We'll see. But we're getting there soon. We loved Canada, but we want to definitely take. Yeah, we definitely want to take you.
Watch for that video. Okay, number 5. You've spent the day at Tahquamenon Falls and whatever it is you want to do in the area, and now you need to go camping. Where are you going to park your rig? So there are campgrounds. I mean, again, you're in the UP. There's gorgeous places all over the place. We saw this one campground that was like, half of it was like on the beach, like you were on the beach. Remember that?
Bayview. Yeah, Bayview Campground.
Bayview. Oh, it was so pretty. And but you were also in the forest. It was like, blew my mind. I was like, how do I get a gig here? So we might have to look that up. And
that's probably an hour or so away from the state park.
It's so cool. Anyway, it's worth the drive.
No, southeast of there. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to tell them about the ones like in the park?
So there's a couple of them in the park, not too far away from the falls. One of them was called Hemlock Campground, and the other one was Portage Campground. They have, between the two campgrounds, they have like almost 200 sites. I want to say
they were pretty. It was pretty.
Yeah, I want to say $25 for 50 amp and $23 if you only needed 30 amp. You're there.
If you do have a bigger rig, you might want to check that out. I mean, always if you have a big rig, and I'm sure you're aware of that. If you have a big rig, that you want to check first. Since we were traveling at the time with our truck camper, our pop-up truck camper, so tiny, sometimes we don't think about looking, hey, is this big rig friendly? So
everything's big enough.
Everything's big enough for us. Okay, we actually stayed that night in Sanae, Michigan. How far is that? Do you know?
Sanae is southwest of there, probably about an hour and a half, maybe. I don't know. And it's the Sanae Township Campground. It was right on the Fox River.
So pretty.
It really was.
Free, right? Was it free? No. Was it $13?
It was $15. $15. Unless you're a senior citizen, then you got a little bit of a discount. That's advantages everywhere. They did have a 30 amp service there with no problem. There was a place a little water pump where you could get some water. I believe there was a dump station as well. So beautiful little facility. It was a pleasure to be there. So
yeah, we liked it. Random thought: if you're thinking, hey, Shalane, you don't have on your bandana. Why don't you have it? Because it's Sunday and I went to church today, and I decided to go ahead and leave it off for this filming. But now you can see why I always wear my bandana, because this is what I do all the time. There's your random thought for the day. So those are the 5 things you need to know. Now, we have a lot of homeschoolers that watch our channel. And so we are going to start doing 5 questions at the end for our homeschoolers that watch this. And those travel, there's a lot of kids on the road now that are travel. So travel school, homeschool, or people that just want to get smarter. So here's your 5 questions for the day. Number 1, find out, what was Tahquamenon Falls named after? That's your first assignment. Did I ever tell you we're former teachers? We told you that. You guys know we're former teachers, right?
I think they know now. Yeah.
We know now. What was Tahquamenon Falls named after? Number 2.
Why is the water red or amber in color as it goes across the falls?
Oh yeah, the locals call it the root beer falls because it's kind of a root beer color, a lot of it. So why? That's a good question. That's your science question for today. The former one was your history question. Now for your math question, 50,000 gallons of water per second.
Go over that fall.
Go over that falls. Go over the falls. So how many in 2 hours or half an hour? How about you make up some questions? It's a higher level thinking skill for you to make up the questions. Maybe you could make up some questions with that number for your mom to figure out, or your dad, or your teacher.
Or find out what the average bathtub holds and how many bathtubs full of water fall over that fall every second.
Very good. Or how many per day? Can you imagine?
That's quite a bit.
It's a lot of water.
A lot of baths.
Okay, your art project, and I want you to send this to me once you've done it to either Facebook us at Grassroots Living on Facebook, or we're at Grassroots Living 180 at Gmail. Let me know if it's okay for us to put them on our channel. Okay, art project. Do some waterfalls with watercolors, or tear little pieces of paper. I was thinking today I wanted to do that because I'm a big kid. Tear little pieces of paper and glue them onto a bigger paper to make them look like waterfalls. Or oil, or draw waterfalls in the dirt. I really want to see a picture of that. That'd be cool. And, is that 4?
Yeah, that was 4.
Do I have a 5th one? I can't see.
You do not have a 5th one.
Yes, I do. I have a writing assignment.
Oh,
oh, this one's good. Okay. If you were going to go to Tahquamenon Falls, when would you go, and what would you do, and why? When would you go? What would you do, and why would you do it? This is your writing assignment, and you can go at any era. You could be a Native American back in the 1800s. It could be next week. It could be last Thursday because it was your birthday. When would you go? What would you do? Why would you do it? That's your writing assignment. If any of you guys out there do that, our homeschooling friends, please send that to us to grassrootsliving180 at Gmail, and let us know if it's okay for us to share it on our channel.
sounds good.
Okay?
Oh, one of the things that we'd really love for you to do is like this video. If you like to see more of these types of things, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we're going to try to get very, very good and punctual now. We're going to try to release every Tuesday at about 8 o'clock Central Time.
Central.
Okay? So every Tuesday at about 8 o'clock Central Time, we will try to get a video released.
Oh, we're not going to try. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it. Okay.
Yes, and please share it, especially with your homeschooling friends, anybody that you might know. We're going to try this homeschool assignment thing. Our daughter is a homeschooler. A lot of our friends, like I said, our family. Share it with your friends that might enjoy that, and let's see how this goes. And let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions about that.
And I really am, and we've done, out of the last 10 years, we've been doing our tiny house-ish living with travel trailers and motorhomes and
a tiny
truck
house.
campers. And so we've got a lot of knowledge. And so we're going to try to start sharing some of that, kind of break away a little bit every once in a while from our travel videos. And get you some of that information as well, because there's been a lot of people that have asked about specific things. What's it like to work camp? What's it like to travel with a truck camper as opposed to a travel trailer? So
yes, and again, put it in the comments. Let us know if there's something that you want to know that you think we have a knowledge base with, and we will share that with you. Okay?
we'll figure out a way to get a video.
Yes. Please, 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 please share with anybody that might enjoy these videos.
Yeah, we enjoy doing them.
Yeah. Good time. Don't we look like we're having fun? No, we are. Are we done?
We're done.
Okay, here we go. This is Grassroots Living reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
We're thinking of you, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace out.